Weak men seek approval, weak men seek approval. Strong men seek results. And if that sentence offended you, you already know which one you've been acting like. Reality slap. Why your life feels stuck. Let's be honest, that you're not confused, that you're conflicted. You know what you should do, but you keep checking how it looks. You delay moves, you soften your words, you hesitate on decisions. Not because you're unsure, but because you want to be accepted. Approval has become your compass, and it's pointing you in. Circles, repeat button, hook. If approval guides you, progress avoids you. That the lie you were told caring is strength, that it's not. Caring about people is human. Caring about opinions is weakness, because opinions don't build discipline. Opinions don't sharpen focus. Opinions don't save you when pressure hits. Yet you keep checking faces, reading reactions, adjusting behavior. That's not awareness, that's submission. Repeat button, hook. The moment you adjust yourself, you give power away. Why weak men need. AP parallel, weak men outsource confidence. They need nods, smiles, agreement. They need reassurance before action. When approval disappears, so does their courage. That's why they quit quietly. Why they stay average. Why they never finish. Strength is internal. Approval is external, and external confidence collapses under pressure. Repeat button, hook. Anything external can be taken from you. Pain and discipline. What strong men, strong men, accept this early. You'll be misunderstood. You'll be criticized. You will be judged. And none of that matters, because discipline doesn't care how it looks. It cares about repetition. Strong men train when it's boring, work when it's quiet, move when nobody agrees. They don't explain focus. They protect it. Repeat button, hook. If you need to be understood, you're not ready to lead. Fear of judgment. You don't fear people. You fear emotional discomfort. That awkward silence. That strange look. That moment of tension. You avoid growth. But here's the truth. Judgment lasts seconds. Regret lasts years. Weak men choose short-term comfort. Strong men choose long-term respect. Repeat button, hook. Comfort now is pain later. Identity shift. Say this, say it without emotion. I don't need approval to move. Again, I don't need approval to move. That sentence threatens your old identity. Good that you're not here to be liked, that you're here to be effective. Effectiveness doesn't ask permission. Repeat button, hook. Power begins where approval ends. That elite mindset. Lock in from this point forward. Understand the rule. Every time you choose approval, you choose weakness. Every time you choose discipline, you choose strength. There is no neutral. Part 1 closing. Repeatable points. Burn this into your mind. Weak men seek approval. Warning, end of part 1. Opening strike. Strip the eyes on weak men. Don't realize they're weak. Because weakness today doesn't look loud. It looks polite, agreeable, flexible. But flexibility without standards is submission. And submission always ends the same way. Repeat button, hook. If you bend for everyone, you stand for nothing. Why approval creates until the moment you need approval. Someone else holds leverage. They can withdraw attention. They can criticize. They can shame. And you adjust. That adjustment is control, not physical, psychological. Controlled men are easy to manage, easy to pressure, easy to replace. They don't resist. They comply. Repeat button, hook. Needing approval makes you predictable. Predictable men lose. Predictability kills respect. When people know you'll avoid conflict, they push you. When they know you'll explain yourself, they question you. When they know you want to be liked, they test you. And you fail quietly. Not because you're incapable, but because you won't risk disapproval. Repeat button, hook. Respect fades when boundaries are soft. The nice guy trap. Let's say it clearly. Being nice is not a strategy. It's a defense mechanism. Nice men avoid tension. Nice men avoid confrontation. Nice men avoid standing alone. They sacrifice truth for peace. But peace without truth creates resentment, and resentment destroys focus. Strong men are not cruel. They are clear. Clarity looks harsh to weak minds. Repeat button RE hook. Clarity feels aggressive to people who live in comfort. Pain and discipline. What weak men? REFUS discipline demands something weak men avoid. Disappointment. Disappointing others. Being misunderstood. Breaking expectations. So weak men stay available. Stay responsive. Stay explainable. Strong men protect their time. Protect their focus. Protect their standards. They don't justify boundaries. They enforce them. Repeat button RE hook. Boundaries build authority. Why approval makes you RE when you seek approval. You offer no resistance. And anything with no resistance is interchangeable. Same opinions, same. Reactions, same behavior. Replaceable. Strong men create friction. They have opinions. They have standards. They have limits. Friction creates identity. Identity creates presence. Repeat button RE hook. If you're easy to deal with, you're easy to replace. Fear of judgment. Broken doing you fear being labeled. Too intense. Too serious. Too different. You dilute yourself. But diluted men don't lead. They blend. And blending is the fastest way to disappear. Strong men accept labels. They don't defend themselves. They let. Results answer. Repeat button RE hook. Results speak louder than explanations. Identity shift. Internal. I say this without emotion. I authorize my own actions. Read it again. Weak men wait for permission. Strong men decide internally. They don't check the room. They check their standards. That's authority. Not loud. Not aggressive. Unshakable. Repeat button RE hook. Internal authority scares weak people. Elite mindset lock in from now on. Remember, approval is unstable. Standards are solid. Approval fades. Standards compound. You don't rise by being liked. You rise by being respected. Part 2 closing. Repeatable. You lock this in. I don't need approval to act. Warning into part 2. Opening strike. Comfort. The weak men don't collapse. They coast. They don't fail loudly. They fade quietly. And comfort is how it happens. Comfort doesn't attack you. It sedates you. Repeat button RE hook. Comfort never announces when it's killing you. Why comfort attracts weak men? Comfort asks nothing. No urgency. No pressure. No consequences. Weak men love it. They sleep in, scroll longer, delay decisions. They tell themselves lies. I'll start tomorrow. I deserve a break. It's not that serious. But life is serious. Every day you delay discipline. You reinforce weakness. Repeat button RE hook. Delay is weakness pretending to be patience. The daily habits that drain your weakness isn't built in one moment, but it's built in routines. Avoiding hard conversations. Choosing easy tasks. Quitting when it gets boring. You train your brain every day, either for resistance or for escape. Most men train escape. They leave when it's uncomfortable. They distract when it's quiet. They quit when there's no praise. And then they wonder why confidence is gone. Repeat button RE hook. Confidence is built where escape is denied. Pain and discipline. The boring work, let's be clear. Discipline is boring. No music, no hype, no applause. Just repetition. Weak men chase excitement. Strong men respect boredom. Because boredom is where standards are tested. Can you show up when it feels empty? Can you work when nobody cares? Can you stay when nothing is happening? That's strength. Repeat button RE hook. Boredom is the doorway to power, to fear of discomfort. Not if you are you. Don't fear failing. You fear the feeling of pressure, that tight chest, that restless mind. That urge to quit. So you avoid situations that demand you. But avoiding pressure shrinks capacity. Strong men seek pressure. They add weight, add responsibility, add standards. Pressure forces growth. Repeat button RE hook. Pressure doesn't break you. Avoidance does. Why weak men need comfort. Weak men surround themselves with comfort voices. People who say, relax, take it easy, you're doing fine. That feels good, but keeps you small. Strong men choose honest environments, environments that demand effort, that don't care about feelings, that reward execution. Comfort voices make excuses louder. Pressure environments make standards louder. Repeat button RE hook. Your environment trains your identity. That identity shift. From soft to RP say this internally. I don't live for comfort. Again, I don't live for comfort. Comfort weakens urgency. Urgency sharpens focus. You weren't built to feel good all the time. You were built to become capable. Capability requires discomfort. Repeat button RE hook. Comfort builds feelings. Discomfort builds strength. That elite mindset lock in from now on. Remember, easy days build weak habits. Hard days build strong men. You don't need motivation. You need rules. Rules remove debate. Debate feeds weakness. Part 3 closing. Repeatable awareness in comfort is weakness in disguise. Warning end of part 3 opening strike. Hesitation. Hesitation is not intelligence. That it's fear in a clean outfit. You call it thinking. You call it waiting. You call it being smart. It's none of that. That it's fear of judgment. Repeat button RE hook. If you hesitate, something owns you. Why judgment paralyzes? Why judgment hurts? Because you make it personal. A look becomes a verdict. That a comment becomes an identity. That a moment becomes a lifetime. That's emotional weakness. Strong men understand scale. Point 1 moment doesn't define you. Point 1 opinion doesn't matter. Point 1 reaction is nothing. Only action compounds. Repeat button RE hook. Opinions are moments. Action is momentum. The myth of right time. Weak men wait for perfect timing. Strong men move under imperfect conditions. There's no right time to grow. There's only now or never. Waiting feels safe. Moving feels risky. But safety produces nothing. Repeat button RE hook. Nothing grows in safe conditions. Pain and discipline. Exposure is the CORE. Fear doesn't disappear by thinking. IT disappears by exposure. B why doing the thing while uncomfortable. B why staying present under pressure. B why letting judgment happen and not reacting. The first time hurts. The second time less. The third time it fades. That's training. Repeat button RE hook. What you face loses power. Why people's opinions mean. Most people aren't judging you. They're distracted, tired, insecure. And when they do judge, it's projection. Your movement reminds them of what they avoided. That discomfort turns into criticism. Don't personalize insecurity. Repeat button RE hook. Never absorb energy from stagnant people. Killing emotional weak men ask silently. Is this okay? Strong men decide internally. This is necessary. Permission-seeking delays action. Self-authorization accelerates it. You don't need agreement to move. You need standards. Repeat button RE hook. Standards remove hesitation. Identity shift. Action FIRST say this internally. I move before I feel ready. Again, I move before I feel ready. Feelings follow action. Confidence follows proof. Waiting for confidence is weakness. Repeat button RE hook. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Elite mindset lock in from now on. Judgment is noise. Hesitation is weakness. Action is authority. You don't negotiate with fear. You walk through it. Part 4 closing. Repeatable and you lock this in. I'm moved despite judgment. Warning, end of part 4, opening strike. This is where most men turn to listen carefully. This part is not motivational, that it's surgical. Because once identity shifts, there is no comfort left to hide in. Most men quit right here. Repeat button RE hook. The hardest part isn't effort. It's separation that when you realize you don't, there comes a moment. You don't announce it. You don't explain it. You just feel it. The conversations feel shallow. The jokes feel empty. The excuses sound loud. You start noticing patterns, people, avoiding responsibility, laughing at discipline, mocking effort, and something inside you refuses to join. That refusal is strength. Repeat button RE hook. Outgrowing your environment is not arrogance. Y average needs you. WK average survives by numbers, agreement, validation. Shared excuses. That's why average hates discipline. Discipline exposes weakness. Standards expose laziness. Consistency exposes excuses. When you change, they push back. Not because you're wrong, but because your growth threatens there. Comfort. Repeat button RE hook. Your discipline makes their excuses uncomfortable. The cost of leaving average, let's be honest. You will lose access, less invitations, less approval, less emotional safety. People will say you changed. They are correct, because staying the same was killing you slowly. Strength demands distance. Repeat button RE hook. Distance is not loneliness. It's clarity. Pain and discipline. Walking without this is the phase nobody claps for. Early mornings alone. Late nights grinding quietly. No messages. No praise. This silence isn't punishment. It's training that if you need encouragement to continue, you are not ready for pressure. Strong men generate momentum internally. Repeat button RE hook. If you need applause, you're still dependent. The old version will fight. Your old self will try to return. IT will whisper, relax. You've done enough. Remember when life was easier? That voice is weakness begging for survival. Not negotiate with it. That version of you failed for a reason. Repeat button RE hook. The old you must die for strength to live. The point of an ORR is a line. Once crossed, you never argue with discipline again. You don't ask how you feel. You don't debate effort. You don't explain focus. You execute. Standards replace motivation. Rules replace emotion. Repeat button RE hook. Standards remove weakness from decisions. Detachment from opinions. Strong men are emotionally light. They don't carry resentment. They don't carry guilt. They don't carry the need to be understood. They move clean, focused, sharp, unburdened. Progress replaces explanation. Repeat button RE hook. Progress is the only reply that matters. That elite mindset. Lock in from now on. Understand this. You're not here to fit in. You are not here to be liked. You are not here to be normal. You are here to be effective. That requires separation. That requires discomfort. That requires pressure. You're built for it. Part 5. Closing. Repeatable. Burn this into your identity. I don't belong to average. Warning, end of part 5, opening strike. This is the last time to listen carefully. This is not inspiration. This is instruction. After this point, you don't try anymore. You don't work on yourself. You don't get motivated. You decide who you are, and you live like it. Weak men need reminders. Strong men need rules. Repeat button RE hook. If you still need motivation, your identity isn't solid. The final truth about WSS weakness is not loud. IT doesn't scream. IT whispers. Skip today. Just this once. You've earned rest. No one will know. That whisper has ruined more lives than failure ever did. Because failure teaches, weakness negotiates, and every time you negotiate with weakness, it wins ground. Repeat button RE hook. What you tolerate once becomes permission forever. That why relapse doesn't happen because you're incapable. That it happens because you leave doors open. You leave room for excuses, room for emotion, room for comfort. Strong men seal doors. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, is this required? Feelings change, requirements don't. Repeat button RE hook. Rules protect you when emotions turn weak. Discipline AS a system. Not a MO. Discipline is not intensity, that it's structure. Wake up rules. Work rules. Training rules. Silence rules. Rules remove debate. Debate feeds weakness. That if your life requires constant decision-making, you will eventually choose comfort. Strong men automate discipline. They don't think, they execute. Repeat button RE hook. The less you think, the stronger you become. The myth of the weak men chase. Balance. Strong men chase mastery. Balance is for people protecting comfort. Mastery is for people building power. There will be seasons of imbalance, long ones, early mornings, late nights, isolation. That's not unhealthy. That's required. Repeat button RE hook. Balance is earned after dominance. Emotional detachment. The final duck and dangerous men are emotionally neutral, not cold, not numb, controlled. They don't celebrate too early. They don't panic too fast. They don't collapse under pressure. They stay level. Because emotional spikes create mistakes, and mistakes cost momentum. Repeat button RE hook. Control your emotions, or they will control you. Why you must stop seeking. Here's a rule you must accept. You will not be understood during construction. People understand results, not process. That if you explain too much, you slow yourself down. Strong men move quietly. They let results introduce them. Repeat button RE hook. Silence accelerates progress. Loneliness. The loneliness is not absence of people, that it's absence of weakness. When you remove distraction, you feel the silence. That silence is power. It sharpens focus, clarifies priorities, exposes excuses. Weak men run from silence. Strong men use it. Repeat button RE hook. Silence reveals who you really are. The final kill. In comparison is approval seeking in disguise. Looking sideways weakens forward motion. Strong men compare only one thing. Today versus yesterday. If progress exists, momentum stays alive. Repeat button RE hook. Sideways vision kills forward power. The dangerous daily. SDRD here's the standard. NO 0 days. NO emotional excuses. NO waiting for clarity. You act tired. You act scared. You act uncertain. Action is not dependent on mood. Repeat button RE hook. Action first. Emotion later. The permanent identity SHFT say this slowly in your mind. I am disciplined whether I feel like it or not. Again, I am disciplined whether I feel like it or not. That sentence removes relapse because relapse requires permission. You no longer give it. Repeat button RE hook. Identity removes temptation. The final W. Once you live like this, you will never relate to your old self again. You will see weakness clearly. You will hear excuses instantly. You will feel discomfort and move anyway. That awareness is permanent. You don't go back. Repeat button RE hook. Once strength becomes normal, weakness feels foreign. Elite mindset. Silly from now on. Approval is irrelevant. Comfort is. Dangerous. Discipline is law. You don't rise when you feel good. You rise because it's required at that strength, that final repeatable punchline. In line. Say it like it's permanent. I don't seek approval. I enforce standards.